dear professor, respected policymakers, and my dear research scholars. Particularly, I am focusing on the research scholars. Myself, I am Dr. Ramakrishna. As we know that I did my Master of Commerce and also Master of Development Studies, PhD in Development Studies, and also Postdoctoral Research Award by UGC as a full-time, and also more than 5 to 6 major research projects have been submitted that would be in the policy levels. At the same time, I had 14 years teaching experience, 12 years research experience, and also my area of specializations is research methodology in social sciences and quantitative techniques, and also human development is my area of specializations. So today we have discussed about two-way bar diagrams. Under that we have 4 types of two-way bar diagrams we can learn. Under that, number 1 is a rectangle, another one is that a square, third one is that circles, last one is that pie diagram or pie chart. We should know, researcher must understand what we mean by this, so that one by one we have to understand. Let's start the video. Hello friends, today we have studied one by one of the two-way bar diagrams. This would be very rarely used, but researchers should know. Under that, number 1 is that rectangle. It is a flat shape with 4 lines, 90-degree angles, and 4 sides with opposite sides of equal length. Here, this rectangle, it has 4 lines, but it should be equal to opposite sides. We can call it as a rectangle. So, second one is that squares. Squares. It is a 2-dimensional plane paper figure with 4 equal sides, and all the 4 angles are equal to 90 degrees. This is also, as we know that it's a square. It also a equal 4 lines. It contains equal 4 lines. We can call it as a square. As we know that a square root in the mathematics, it has been used particularly for this kind of the terms squares has been used in the high school level or 10 plus 2 level, particularly in the statistical methodologies. That would be widely used, but researcher, it's very oftenly used for this. But first of all, researcher must know what do you mean by this. They can understand very well. So that this would be shown in the slides. Kindly go through it. Third method is that a circle. But as we know that everyone must know the circle figures. It would be in the forms of round. It is a plane figure bounded by one curved line. We can call it as a circle. As we know that this circle has been used to identify various purposes. Actually, in the any reports, a government reports or secondary reports or a district at a glance, we should know that the circle forms of that would be used by the different segmentations, and also it is used in the assessing of the statistics must be represent in the circle forms. This would be very rarely used and also very limited usages, but researcher should know. Circle, it would be comes, and also it would shows the various levels and also various forms of the statistics must input. Last method is that the pie chart or pie diagram. Actually, this would be very widely used in the research scholars, in the research, as well as in the big major projects, World Bank project, UNICEF project has been used. It would be very essential and also very appropriate also. In case of the bar diagram, bar subdivided into segments to represent its components. Here, in the bar diagram, we should also classify it different segments, means different parts. We should represent the values, where in case of bar diagram, is a circle in subdivided into sectors to represent its components, where the area of the sectors will be proportional to the magnitude of the components. This will be done by computing the angles of each sectors by using the formula. That would be angles of an individual components is equal to individual value over total value into 360 degree. This would be the formula for calculations of pie diagram. Under that, here in the pie diagram, as we know that best example is that in the slides we can use it as a solutions. There is a expenses, family expenditures of a family in monthly income. Then we can calculate like items, food, clothing, rent, education and medicines, other, and also total. Here we can classify it as expenses as well as angles. This, how to calculate this pie diagram, as we know that there is an individual value over total value into 360 degree. Then only we can get a individual represents the values, segments, and also sectors also we can use. Here the total value of expenses of a family income per month, and also we can get it as a angles. How to calculate angles in the sense individual value. Best example is that food. You have to invest food for 3,000 rupees per month, clothing 1,500 rupees per month, rent 900 rupees per month, education and medicines 500 rupees per month, and also others expenditures also it incurs 600 rupees. We can get it total, actually we can get it as a 6,500. Then we can go with individual values. Individual values, first example is that 3,000 divided by 6,500 into 360 degree, we can get it as an angle. That values it will comes in all the sectors. Then we have to represent in pie diagram. But as we know that pie diagram is very popularly used, particularly for the researcher and also writing of the values, particularly the representations of the values in the table values, that would be transferred into as a pie chart by using this formula. Don't forget that researcher must always kept in the mind the formula is that the individual angles are is equal to individual values over total values into 360 degree. Should not forget about that, friends. It would be most important for calculations of pie diagram or pie chart. This would be very popularly used, widely used. Say for example, any RBI report, NABARD report, World Bank report, UNICEF report, any reports you can check and open that report. It will also shows one table, under that there is a pie chart. One table, under that there is a pie chart, and also analysis as well as interpretations. It includes why, in the sense how to allocate my family income per month in various sectors, various aspects we have to input. That would be calculated by using, I already told you the formula. Don't forget about that. Every researcher must concentrating on this. This would be most useful and appropriate. In fact, this would be very essential and also plays a significant role to assessing. This would be very easy to assess the values, represent the values, and also get the angles in different sectors. And also we have to part different segments. We have to input according to the what we have calculated, that the same values has been represented in the pie diagram. this is something about two-way bar diagrams. Under that, we have classified four methods. Number one is that rectangle, second one is that squares, third one is that circles, fourth one is that pie diagram or a pie chart. This would be, the pie chart is most widely used in research as well as in the research sectors, research institutes, and also universities, particularly for the assessing of the representation of the value, how to calculate. This would be very easy to represent, and also you should know the formula, individual value divided by total value into 360 degree. Don't forget about that. This would be plays a significant role for calculations of pie chart or pie diagram. If you understand very well, research friends, don't forget about this. This diagram, bar diagrams, it would be most essential. In the previous video, I have explained one-way bar diagrams. You should know that, you clearly understand that. And this video, two ways. Another two videos will continuations of the bar diagrams. That would be different forms of chart that would tells what are the values, what are the aspects must cover in different diagrams or diagrams methods. So here, dear friends, so kindly subscribe my YouTube channel, like and give good comment, and also follow my Instagram ID under descriptions. Thank you very much. Have a good day.